So you know that they just discovered a massive ocean beneath the Earth's crust, right? Listen carefully, right? Because the theory at the end makes a bit of sense. Scientists literally just discovered an ocean 430 miles beneath the Earth's surface. Basically, they went down 430 miles in the ocean and found an ocean inside the ocean. Does this mean the Agartha theory is real? The Agartha theory says that there is a legendary city residing in the Earth's core. Because think about it, how can you find another ocean inside the ocean? Everything you knew about the oceans is wrong. The scientists said that you could take all three of our oceans, Atlantic, Pacific, and the Indian, and put them together. And this new ocean is still 3 times bigger. This is what you're probably thinking. So they got to the bottom of the ocean, and then the water ended. But in reality, they find another ocean. This raises so many questions. How do you go 430 miles beneath the ocean? Does the water stop at some point? And if there is water beneath the oceans, could that mean there is land beneath the surface? Some people link this with the theory about the flood from the Bible, like where did all that water go?
I've read every fucking theory on how they built those pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Giza has 2,300,000 stones in it. Some of them they weigh between 2 and 80 tons. Some of them are cut from a quarry that's hundreds of miles away. These things point, that pyramid is shaped perfectly. Like, if you fucked up like a 1/4 inch there, a 1/2 inch here, by the time you get to the top, that thing's a mess. But meanwhile, it's not. It's perfect. It's also perfectly aligned to true north, south, east, and west. And they're not really sure how old it is. They think they date it to 2,500 BC. But that's just because of organic particles that they pulled from inside stones. But they also say that they probably could have sealed those stones and resealed those stones over time. You're dealing with like a gigantic mystery of unfathomable proportion.
Where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us, I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien. Not true. Not true.
But maybe we are alien.
Of course I'd say that,
maybe we
wouldn't I?
are alien, Elon. I mean, if you look at this part of the world,
Yeah.
they believe that human beings are not from Earth. They came from somewhere else. Do you think we'll make contact with alien within the next 50 years?
Well, that's a really tough one to say. I mean, if there are super intelligent aliens out there, they're probably already observing us. That would seem quite likely, and we just are not smart enough to realize it. I can do some back-of-the-envelope calculations, and any advanced alien civilization that was at all interested in populating the galaxy, even without exceeding the speed of light, even if you're only moving at, say, 10 or 20% of the speed of light, you could populate the entire galaxy in, let's say, 10 million years, maybe 20 million years max. This is nothing, you know, in the grand scheme of things.
Something will happen to Earth, hopefully not soon, but either natural or man-made, that would cause the end of civilization. So the probable lifespan of civilization is much greater if we're a multi-planet species, and ultimately even go beyond our solar system. But the first step is being multi-planet, Mars being the only realistic option for that. So I think from a standpoint of preserving the light of consciousness, and which I think we should regard as fragile, I think it's extremely important that we try to become a multi-planet species as quickly as possible.
So this is crazy. So there's a whole theory where every Disney princess is supposed to represent a disorder. So psychologists took a study down and they said, in every Disney princess, there's like a clear disorder that they have, like a mental disorder they each have. If you notice, Ariel has a big ship and there's so much things around her, right? So she's a hoarder, and that's a form of OCD. It's OCD in the form of hoarding. So an easy one, Alice from Wonderland. What do you think she has? This is so easy. She sees caterpillars walking around with eyes. so she has schizophrenia. And then Belle, she was captured and put in a castle, right? So this is called Stockholm Syndrome. So that means you fall in love with your captor. She fell in love with the beast because he was the only one there. And the easiest one, Elsa and Anna. What do you think they have? They're really reckless. They are bipolar. Elsa and Anna, warm to cold, bipolar. You see the patterns here? Crazy, right? Comment your thoughts and follow for more theories.
So, do you know Evian water is rich people water?
Really, is it?
Yeah, you heard that right. This may not be true, but there is a theory that say wealthy people are trying to monopolize the Evian water, which is really expensive, almost as expensive as Fuji water and all the other expensive water brands because it's exceptionally beneficial. It's packed with natural electrolytes. It's literally sourced from mountain springs, right? It's also naturally alkaline. Now, this is considered the healthiest water. When they tested other waters like spring water and various other brands, right, they discovered that those aren't necessarily as beneficial. But Evian water is one of the few that truly is good for you.
Okay.
Yeah, now the theory goes that rich people made it that expensive so that they have their water supply. And when they go to the store, they know that all these poor people aren't going to buy it. But, you know, let's just keep it this high so that we can buy it whenever we're in town, right? Now, what do you think Evian spells backwards? Naive, which is intriguing, right? It might have been intentional. Did you know these are the people who knew too much and were silenced? Michael Jackson, 25th of June, 2009. It said that Michael uncovered secrets about a dark network involving high-ranking politicians and minors. The official version states he died from an overdose while trying to sleep that night. But how credible is that explanation? Barnaby Jack, 25th of July, 2013. This famous hacker shocked the world when, during a conference, he demonstrated how some could manipulate pacemakers to cause clean, undetectable deaths. Just days later, Barnaby was found dead in his apartment. A simple coincidence, or was he silenced for what he knew? Daphne Caruana Galizia, 16th of October, 2017. This investigative journalist exposed secrets about the elites and the controversial Panama Papers. Her research placed her in direct conflict with powerful figures. Shortly afterwards, a bomb in her car ended her life. Is it really just a coincidence that all these people met such fates, or did they uncover something they were never meant to know? But what do you think, Comet Silence? If you want me to keep exposing the hidden truth...
If the universe is really 13.8 billion years old, shouldn't there be aliens everywhere? And if not, why not? I think it was Carl Sagan who said that there appear to be either there's either a lot of aliens or no aliens, and either one is equally terrifying. Meaning, if there are no aliens, then what we have here is very rare. And then
aliens is more terrifying.
More terrifying.
I think it's more likely though, right? If the universe is 13.8 billion years old.
Well, this is why it's called this is like a great physicist Enrico Fermi, who posed the question of like, where are the aliens? Now, a lot of people ask me like, what about the aliens? Have you seen any evidence of aliens? I've seen no evidence of aliens.
Now, this is scary. Have you ever heard about the toothpaste theory?
Like toothpaste?
Yeah,
Never heard about it.
This might not be true, but if you haven't heard about it, have you ever noticed like something on the bottom of the toothpaste tube?
At the bottom?
Like there's always like a square of color when the rest of the packaging is white.
Oh, okay.
So check this out. You can either get a black square, a red square, or a blue square. And these colors might actually mean something. They might not just be random like some people think. Do you know what those mean?
No, I don't.
So keep in mind that they're all the same brand and type of toothpaste. Anyways, the theory goes that the people that know the code stay away from certain colors of the toothpaste. So it's like a if you know situation.
Okay.
So, yeah. The code is if you have the green on your toothpaste, it means it's all natural. If you have the blue, it means that it is natural plus medicine. If it has red, it's natural with chemicals. And finally, if it is black, it's all chemicals. Again, this might not be true, but what do you think about it? And which color are you going to use? This is probably one of the craziest conspiracies out there. It states that governments and those in power actively push the most extreme conspiracy theories and theorists so that they would be known and discredited. That way, there would be a stream of thought to dismiss any conspiracy theory as absurd. so that when someone actually discovers a real conspiracy but lacks conclusive evidence, they will say it is a conspiracy. So we will unconsciously discredit them or be even more skeptical of what would be a real conspiracy. If you look at one end of the spectrum, the theories will seem absolutely outrageous. But once you look at the other, it just reads as common sense, like simple science. This is why, when people think conspiracy theory, they jump to like crazy ones. For example, reptilian aliens helping Tupac or just some celebrity live out his days in Cuba, rather than some theory about wealthy, powerful people, which is what most conspiracies boil down to.
The strongest argument for us being in a simulation, probably being in a simulation, I think is the following. 40 years ago, we had Pong, like two rectangles and a dot. That was what games were. Now, 40 years later, we have photorealistic 3D simulations with millions of people playing simultaneously, and it's getting better every year. If you assume any rate of improvement at all, the games will become indistinguishable from reality. So given that we're clearly on a trajectory to have games that are indistinguishable from reality, and there would probably be, billions of such computers or set-top boxes, the odds that we're in base reality is 1 in billions.